Polonia, get in!
I've upgraded Polonia again since our last encounter, and uploaded every last scrap of your data. So let's finish this, once and for...
She's not here. Where did she go?
Hey! Over here, you big...
Curse it. Moon. Go. Keep searching. She cannot have gone.
So this is your method for investigating Rarir's past. It almost looks like some kind of ceremony.
Good deduction. But it's quite a different...
Whoa! First time I've ever been in here. Oh, I guess this must be Sumero decor? That's where Boss is from. And that nice shopkeeper.
I'm not sure exactly what you've got planned, but it looks...
Whenever we wish. But for some reason, I've never faced Rarir myself. But from what I, on the other hand, am just an ordinary businesswoman. Our paths should never have crossed, yet here I am, forced to make an enemy of him.
If you ask me, you're about as far from ordinary as it gets. So what are you saying? You're getting cold feet?
Once I take a job, there's no backing out. Still, I have to ask myself if the power I'm relying on will even work on an opponent. And also how to make sure I come out of this alive. Death is the one thing we can take for granted.
Come on, boss. Lighten up. Quit talking about death.
For once, Is there anything I can do to help?
That won't be
Eh?
That shady merchant who sold you an
Come on, boss. You're pulling my leg again. In what way? Anyway, I know who you're talking about. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
Hey, aren't...
What is it? What's the big rush? You dragged me out of a dream where I was literally swimming in Mora. I'm charging double my usual attendance fee. See, look how easygoing she is. After that rude awakening, she could have completely snapped at us. But instead...
Dori, Sangama, Bay? I never would have pictured you two doing this.
If you want to make it big and not cry, it's all about connections. Lady Nefer just... It was back when I first arrived in Not Cry. And when you know it, that's when I suddenly find myself... I've been giving her a 30% discount off all of my goods ever since. Plus, any other friends you send my way will enjoy 10% off. What can I say? The great Lord Sangama Bay is nothing if not generous. So, let me guess. You've run into some trouble? I've got everything you could possibly need. And the more you buy, the more you'll save.
You guessed correctly. What have you got in the way of survival gear?
The one type of gear I've never been short on. What are you looking for? At the very least, I need to know what kind of opponent you're dealing with here.
What if I told you it's someone with the power?
Is that so? Then we really are talking top-shelf treasures. I don't have anything like that in stock right now. I'll have to ask my supplier.
You're...
A powerful woman, make no mistake. I can't reveal her identity, but luckily for you, I hear she's planning to visit Notcry in the near future. If you're willing to wait, I can ask her when she's here. Can't say exactly how long that...
Then, let me put it another way. What would you do if you encountered an enemy like that? Roll.
Of course not. I have a handy little trinket from one of my generous suppliers, which... Hold on. What exactly are you getting at? No, no! This is for my personal use only!
Let's just say I'm borrowing it, all right? Just for insurance purposes. Favors are the worst kind of debt to owe.
Fine. You can borrow it for 5 days. No, make that 3. And for every extra hour after that, I'm charging you 1,000,000 mora. Deal?
Deal.
What a way to start the day. Now, was there anything else you wanted? Or can I go back to bed now?
That will be all. Take care now.
See you later! You're my...
Excellent. Everything is well and truly ready. After initiating the ceremony, your minds will follow me wherever I... So remember. Now then. Let us peer into the Raker of Solnari's past. I made it. I don't recognize this style of architecture. Simple furnishings. Looks like the fearsome Raker of Solnari came from surprisingly unless this passed for luxury in Conria. Anyway.
Hi, Reverie. Since you're working extra hours tonight, I thought I'd keep myself busy by checking out that new kebab shop. I've heard good things about their menu. I'll test it out, and if it's a P.S., new stash from the Universitas Magistrorum. I brought some goodies home. A few teacups and a pin rack. Hope you like them.
They didn't sign their name, but they must have been close. Sounds like they were living together.
I went over to Joseph's for drinks today. They have a fun... Joseph asked why I came alone, but I didn't really... But if he invites me again...
The Lindis. That's the same name Rare...
Crane imports keep falling. If things don't pick up, we'll soon... Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of that new type of mushroom everyone's been into lately. I don't care if it's an impressive...
Grain has to be imported, and they're eating a diet of mostly meat and mushroom. That would explain why they use so much... They even use alchemically modified...
I've just about saved up enough now. Time to buy it.
Making a big purchase. He really is a professional. No wonder he... Despite what he's become, it's... Did Rary rip it out himself?
Before I met you, I was convinced the burial place of a fallen... It was you who helped me see...
This is just trivial sentimental. The burial place of a fallen moon.
Reverie, over here. Dane! Oh, and, Vedelson here? What a surprise to see you here, sir.
Hello there, Reverie. You need not... He doesn't get that much free time, so I invited him up. So, what are we discussing today?
Hey, don't look at me. As far as I see it, we don't need an excuse to have a few drinks.
Come on, don't give us that. Didn't you say you were about to pop the big question? How's that coming along?
Who'd have thought the great Twilight Sword was an even greater gossip?
I just didn't expect you to be the first one to settle down and get married, that's all.
Yeah. If you told me that a few years ago, I wouldn't have believed you either.
So, are you planning to come clean about your job then? I'm guessing you still haven't told her.
Sure, I'll have to tell her at some point. But I'll need to pick the right time and place. To be honest, I have no idea how she'll take it.
Come on, stop being such a pessimist. For all you know, she could be thrilled. I bet she'll be much more impressed by your actual job than the one she thinks you're doing now. A member of the King's Guard. Quite the cover story. Does the king himself even know?
Of course he does. Anyway, enough about me. How have you been?
Me? Same old, nothing much to... Huh? What's up, Fed?
It's nothing.
Vedifulnir, Dainslift's elder brother. Renowned throughout the court of Conria as the Visionary, and said to possess a wisdom far beyond the reach of any ordinary man. And yet, despite the gulf between us, he seems to have something to say about me. Does he even know me? Does he see me as a friend of his brother, or just another of the Vinster King's blades? Why did he react so strongly? Was it really to do with what we were talking about?
Brown, curly hair and brooding blue eyes. So this is what Rere... Perfectly normal. No different from anyone else. As frightening as this monster is in the present, there's...
Felindis? You're back early?
Our equipment's being serviced today, so I got off earlier than usual. How's your day been? Aw, why the long face? Is something the matter? Has your boss been giving you a hard time again?
Went for a drink with Dane and the others after work.
Isn't that a good thing?
Vedifulnir showed up today, too. You know, Dainslift's older brother.
Ah, Mr. Vedifulnir. Yes, I've heard of him. They say that everything he says ends up coming true.
He overheard Dainslift mention that I'd recently proposed, and seemed to have an issue with it. But when I asked what it was, he kept it to himself.
So, you're worried? You can be such a child sometimes, Revier. We're nobodies. Why would the Visionary be concerned about us? I'm sure someone in his position has much bigger fish to fry.
Maybe you're right.
You worry too much, Revier. We've been together for ages now, and everything's been going so well, has it not? You've even proposed to me.
So, you do remember. Tell me then. What's your answer?
Like I said, I need some time to decide. You can't just rush into things like this. We may be nobodies in the grand scheme of things, but if we want things to work out, we've still got to plan ahead.
All right. Take your time. Just don't keep me waiting forever. Nobodies. Sounds about right. In the eyes of people like Vedifulnir and Dainslift, what do we matter? Can someone whose gaze is so fixed on a far-flung future even see the present clearly? Besides, the dynasty's fate rests with the king and his inner circle. Meanwhile, every idea they come up with and every decision they make, the opposition tried to speak out. But nothing. A man can have 1,000 reasons to... What becomes of someone who kills on another's behalf? Can he... Thelindis? It's nothing. There's no reason we can't keep living happily.
See? You just need to stay positive, Revere. I can feel your warmth, your breath. Just seeing you makes me happy in a way I can't explain.
You're right.
That's better. Getting caught up about things like this will only...
You go ahead. I just have a few things to take.
Even busier than the big shots, huh? Fine, I'll go get started. But don't be late. If...
Relax. I'll be there. Seriously, though, you drive a hard bargain. You're really gonna...
Well, that goes without saying. Besides, they're two completely different things. Let's take it one thing at a time.
All right.
It seems like Rarier was deliberately hiding his ties to the intelligence services. By giving the impression that he was just an ordinary man. He clearly doesn't want his would-be fiancée to know about his other life. Then again... Who'd have thought we were in the same... Let's dig a little deep.
Our last operation was a resounding success, and all thanks to you, Rayhir of Solna.
After all these years since the dynasty's fall, so many of them.
Indeed, it cannot be denied. Yet it was destiny that the Crimson Moon should be overcome by the eclipse, and that His Majesty, the all-seeing Vinster King, now guides our nation on the path to prosperity. Conria has no further need for a dead moon. But alas, there will always be those who refuse to see the truth, choosing instead...
That's not entirely true. Many of its secrets remain unsolved to this day.
You still haven't told her what you really do for a living.
Where would I even start? How do you tell someone that you're one of the king's hand-picked executioners? That you're...
You didn't choose this life, any more than I did. Orphans like us don't get us...
But I'll sure as heck be the one to pay for it. Speaking of which, we need to be more rigorous in the way we identify direct descendants of the Crimson Moon. Someone, it seems, has strong opinions about my future plans. Most likely my marriage in particular.
Your concerns are not unfounded. They've taken out many of our colleagues these past few years, and take care, Rayhir of Solnari. I look forward to toasting you at your wedding.
Thanks, Thorkel. You look after yourself, too. Thelindis, I never wanted to keep this from you. You're the last person I would ever want to lie to. But that's exactly why I can't tell you everything. There are things you shouldn't know. The Moonlit Dynasties are a thing of the past. Yet even now, with the sun shining high, could that be why Vedalfnir held back? Or was it because of some court secret he's not at liberty to share? I have to get a clear answer from him. No matter what happens.
Rarier seems to be very concerned. Vedalfnir and Dainsleif, the Visionary and Twilight Sword. I've investigated this whole area now. There doesn't seem to be any other memories here. Should I try somewhere else? Wait a second. What's this blood?
So,
he's late. Are you waiting for someone?
Oh, sure. Pick me out a pretty bunch if you would.
Thank you. But I'm afraid none of the...
For someone...
I'm only telling the truth. Look me in the eyes. You'll see I'm not lying.
You're...
May we have a word in private?
Who are you? And what do you...
It doesn't matter who I am. Too many of our kind have fallen lately. Not long ago, the Ray here of Solnari led an assault on one of our strongholds.
Sorry, I don't know why you're telling me this. And...
Wait. Hear me out. This time we finally got a clear... His name is Rarier. And he claims to be one of the King's guards.
What did you say?
A cruel irony, isn't it? The man you're set...
Why are you telling me all of this?
Simple. It's...
How strange. Rarier was nowhere to be seen in that memory. It clearly belonged to Thelindis. Rarier couldn't possibly know what happened if he... Why would her memories appear in his fragment? The ceremony won't last much longer. I think it's time.
So that was your doing? Did you?
Any more questions, and I'll have to start charging.
I had no idea you could do that, boss! Seriously, that...
I gotta admit, though,
I'm itching to see what happens.
I'm just as curious as you are. But the ceremony only... Luckily, we managed to learn.
So far, so good. I just hope the other, especially the group with the Traveler, their mission is a...
If you're worried about them...
If I know boss, she's gonna need some time to write up all the details and make...
Oh, they've been prowling around for nearly 2 days now. These things just won't quit. Oh, they might not have seen us yet, but them constantly sweeping the area, our way out is completely blocked. Oh, that's never gonna work. If they spot us, they'll run straight. Ugh. Hide! We almost got spotted! Phew! That was a close call. Watch out! He's coming this way! Keep going. We're nearly there. This is the final hurdle. Oh, there's no end to these things. Fire. Fire? Wait, what's that smell? Oh no, there's a fire!
Sandrone was right. You look weak, Columbina. The old you would never have let such lowly creatures bar your way. Word has it that you did something for the Tsaritsa, and that's why you've lost most of your power. Freedom comes at a heavy...
It's Arlecchino!
Hello again, Columbina. And greetings, guest.
It's been a while. stupid Rahir of stupid Solnari. Ugh, whatever. He sure doesn't pull his...
Excuse me, do you need a hand?
You can do me a favor by staying out of my way. Wait a minute. I recognize...
Hello, Miss Sandrone. Father sent us over to help.
Huh. How considerate of her. Hey, Fremine, get over here and help me fix this. Lenny, you do your thing. Just keep your sister away from my machines. Nearly every machine that cat girl touches ends up going haywire. Go put her on cleaning duty or something.
Then let's start downstairs.
You've got it.
Wait a second. Pretty sure there's still some tea in the cupboard. If you want some, you'll...
It's a relief to see you all made it back in one piece.
Huh? Feels like there's quite a...
I returned ahead of them. Flint is helping Aino and Anefa to set up the decoys and buy some time. As for Miss Nefer...
Boss is still wrapping things up on her end.
I see. Then let's get right into it. But first, who do we have here? You brought someone else in to help?
Greetings. I was invited here to help as a longtime Tea Party companion.
Surely it can't be.
Those eyes. Oh, where have I seen them before? Wait.
The only Arlecchino
You're well informed, Grandmaster. A man from Mondstadt living all the way out here in Nodcry, and yet the people and affairs...
Oh, the feeling's mutual.
A Fatui Harbin.
The atmosphere in here just got really tense. Guess we can't just start trusting.
I must admit, though, I'm a little curious. Seeing as the moon goddess no longer belongs...
Nor does Nodcry belong to Mondstadt, Mr. Varka. Yet still, things don't always have to have a tangible payoff. Sometimes, stopping things from spiraling out of control is a higher... Of course, I can't say there's nothing in it for me at all. But that's between Columbina and myself.
Forgive me. I don't mean to doubt you. It's just that the Fatui really... We have our own way of doing things here in Nodcry. But ever since they...
I know there's been a lot of bad blood between us in the past. I've done my utmost to avoid friction whenever I could. But that's why I'm here solely in a personal, as a gesture of good faith. I'll be frank. I can help Columbina track down the iridescent... Anyway, what else is on the agenda? Let's begin.
She says she'll be frank, then completely skips over the details. But she clearly wants to change the subject. It'd be awkward if I tried to bring it up again now. I guess we'll just have to go along with it. She's the fourth of the...
Well, since Miss Arlecchino sounds confident in her ability...
All right.
The dregs of the Crimson Moon.
In the memories, there was a lot of talk about the Crimson Moon and Eclipse, and a whole bunch...
To my knowledge, those were the names of two different Conrians long, long ago. It is said that but one day, a coup saw the Crimson Moon eclipse.
Still, long after the Crimson Moon dynasty had fallen, the last ruler of the eclipse, in those days, Rarir showed no signs of madness. In fact, he was... What's the matter?
Verfnir, Freundaughter, Flinders,
Interesting. Anything else?
Well, she was a researcher at the Universitas Magistr.
Oh, and one more thing. For some reason, Rerear's fragment also contains some of Thelindis' memories, though only a very small portion.
Well, no shortage of potential leads, I'll give you that. In any case, it sounds like Thelindis, it seems, must have been the one thing in this world that he couldn't
Why do you need to know that? Hold on. If she was a pure blood... Oh yeah! Just like how it was with the...
If we could somehow find her...
It's possible. That merchant who
Alright then. But Traveler, Paimon, Kutar, and Miss Arlecchino. As for the others...
On the way over here, I noticed that the Wild Hunt monster... At this rate, the people living here will be in grave danger too.
I'll head back to the Curatorium and...
Feels good knowing we've all got something to be getting on with. Given that the Wild Hunt has been a lot more active lately, the Lightkeepers have likely begun their own operations too. I'll hold the fort for now, then discuss our next move with Flints, Aino, and Anefa when they get...
Alright then.
Well, the clock's ticking. If that's everything, we'll be on our...
We'd better get moving too. We'll try to buy you as much time as we...
Relax. Just stay safe, everyone.
We're back. Did we get here a little early?
A tad late. The others have already set off. To summarize, our resident moon goddess has found us a new ally, and Boss Nefer has uncovered some promising info. Everything going smoothly on you?
Not great. I don't know how long we can stall them. I'm gonna make some more later, but I need a timeout first. I'm so tired right now. Oh, right! Inefa, could you fill in Uncle Varka?
Sure. Uncle Varka, you previously told us about how when you went to investigate a source of the Wild Hunt in but according to Flintz's intel, several outbreaks of the Wild Hunt had already occurred in Notcry in the period. That was before Rerir had regained his body, when he was far from regaining his full strength.
Flintz, with everything that's been happening, the Lightkeepers across I know, I'm sure you're capable of coming up with something far more effective than decoys. But for now, Anefa and I will head back over to Amsfarnir to see if there's anything...
I told you Uncle Varka would say that, didn't I? A deal's a deal. Not a word about my snack intake for the next week.
Database updated. Reliability of Aino's predict...
what does that mean?
They were betting on how you'd respond.
It's the obvious choice, isn't it?
We already decided that Anefa should go investigate the situation. Someone needs to hang back and oversee our strategy meetings. And besides...
So I've ended up with the easiest assignment.
Here, this will serve as a good...
Arlecchino, hold up a second. Since you brought us, we still haven't got the slightest idea what's going on here. And if even
Simple. Because I am an inheritor of the royal bloodline of the Crimson Moon. And what...
Huh? Are you serious? As in...
Your surprise is understandable. I was also taken aback when but the more I thought about it, the more I realized. The signs had been... When I was young, I discovered I could wield a very special kind of fire. It coursed like blood through my veins, and smoldered away inside my nerve. What's more, whenever I experienced strong bursts of emotion or drew too deep... Exactly. That is why my hands are like this, too. At first, together with my own investigations, over the past few years, for instance, take the so-called Crimson Moon. In truth, it is nothing more than the shattered remnants of... Since this blood flame was bestowed upon me by the Crimson Moon, it is a fusion of the iridescent moon's former power and the corruption. You all understand the nature of the Abyss well enough. I draw upon its power and it...
If I recall correctly, you once told me that if the corruption ever made it to your heart, you'd become a completely...
Yes. And that's the reason I'm always careful not to push my power too far.
Whew.
Anyway, The rest of my story can wait.
Paimon has a question. So, does that mean that the Karians were...
So much of that history has been lost. We have no way of knowing exactly what they... But I would suspect that the Conrians weren't as devout in the... Later on, perhaps someone discovered a way to make direct contact with the Abyss. Or maybe there was... Still, even with the dark sun looming high overhead, the Crimson Moon's glow never truly faded.
The first time we met, I sensed something familiar, and when I looked at you, I felt I could see that mysterious red moon in the corner of my eye. In your flame.
Well, I appreciate that you kept it to yourself. Much about the Crimson Moon is still a mystery. Anyway, time is against us here, so if there's any... I just want to make sure I've got one thing straight. In her letters, Sandrone mentioned that since you are unable to contain the iridescent moon...
That's right. For now, the iridescent moon is already part of who you are. So with its marrow...
Deal. Then let's get started.
Get what started?
When I first became a Harbinger, the Jester gave me a book called Harry, also known as... You should be able to buy a copy next time you're in Fontaine. It's a love story set in the Crimson Moon era.
Beyond the bounds of this world?
The Crimson Moon sages looked beyond this world for beings with powers that surpassed the gods. They made these children crawl up a fireplace and kept asking them, "Have you died? Did you see it?" Until they finally admitted to having died. The adults embraced the children who passed the ritual. The book leaves much unsaid. But I suspect that this was their way of...
That explains why I can't sense the Crimson Moon's marrow in this world.
But there's no fireplace here. Do you see a chimney anywhere?
That won't be necessary. The fireplace is purely symbolic. The key to the ritual is crossing the flames between two worlds. Those burned away by such flames leave behind a kind of ghostly after. In short, I can open a passage to the... The catch is I'll need to stay on this side. Very well. Then I'll open...
Traveler, spare me a little more moonlight if you would. Thank you. I feel like I've recovered some...
Mistress of the 7 hues of ages past, Great Mother of the present, Crimson-clad Sovereign of the 2 realms, by fire severed, by fire renewed, I offer myself now and beseech your descent. One word of advice. As you're crossing over, no matter what voice...
Got it!
I sense a sinister gloom and I feel that I am about to meet an old friend who has changed beyond all recognition.